Good morning. So, yesterday, Chelsea 4, Everton 0. And one of our best performances of the season, I would say, overall. A lot of euphoria afterwards, including some of mine. I drank the bar dry, I think. But a lot, like Frank Lampard says, that we can still work on. Now, don't want to slag any individual players off, but I am going to point out my notes during the game. So yeah, 4-0, brilliant. If we play like that till the end of the season, we will stay in that top 4, trust me. Not even bothered about playing teams like City, well, when we play like that, but will we? And if we do play teams like City, will they identify our weaknesses? Probably. Kepa yesterday, he's certainly he hasn't really been tested against Liverpool. As I said, there was 3 shots that people were sort of waxing lyrical about, and they were straight at him. Still got to save them. Take my hat off to him. And he's a young lad. He must be lacking a little bit of confidence. But yesterday he wasn't really tested. And I made a note early on that I'll tell you what he is doing a lot better. He is coming for crosses. He's not. There's one yesterday he should have caught, but he punched. But there you go. He's got to do whatever his confidence and his brain tells him he can do. But he is coming for crosses. He is coming off his line a bit quicker, and he does appear. I only watched it on television because, as you know, I'm waiting for an operation, but he does appear to be talking a lot more. I like my goalkeepers talking. He made a right hash of one thing yesterday where he dropped the ball, but we cleared up. But other than that, he's doing all right. Better than Caballero, who knows? I put them both in the same sort of melting pot, really. They're okay goalkeepers. They're no Peter Cechs, they're no Peter Bonettis. They're no Courtois, but he's doing okay. Alonso, yeah, going forward, good as always. But yesterday, when we played the flat back 4, particularly in the first half, a lot of his weaknesses were exposed. He got caught out 2 or 3 times. I thought, here we go. If they've got a real good winger, he's going to be in real trouble. But fortunately, they didn't have, and fortunately, he had a couple of people behind him. Gilmour got across and saved him twice. I don't know if you noticed that, and then Rudy covered for him a couple of times. So all good. It's all part of teamwork. But yeah, Alonso was. Well, most of the team got 8s and 9s, and Billy Gilmour, as we go on to, got a 10 from me yesterday. Then I would put Alonso on about 6, 7 tops. Across to Aspie, yeah, solid game. Again, got caught out a couple of times, but you know what, Mr. Chelsea, and I'd give him an 8. Yeah, he didn't stop. He gave 110% out there, and that's all you can ask for. Would I prefer to see Reece James? Yeah, but again, maybe because we were in a flat back 4, they went for Aspie. Yeah, Aspie done okay. I'll give him an 8. In the middle, they looked so shaky in the first half. Rudiger and Zuma, particularly Zuma. Those who watch these videos, I'm not a fan. I'll be honest. He had a decent game. I thought he played really well against Liverpool. But they still look shaky. We do need a top quality centre half, in my humble opinion. Probably Zuma fans out there, if there's one of you watching this, who'll be shouting at me. Midfield, yeah, Mount could have easily been man of the match. What a goal! What a great goal! And run his socks off. But you always get that from Mount, closing people down, making them play it sideways or backwards. just a top player as far as I'm concerned. He got a load of hate over the season from people who I don't personally, in my humble opinion, think know what they're talking about. He has had some poor games, don't get me wrong. He's had poor parts of games, but he's a youngster. He's learning, and that's what I expected, and that's what I told everyone to expect before the season started, if for those 3 people that watch these videos. And then we've got Barkley. Barkley, that was one of his best games yesterday. Yeah, in the whole 90 minutes he made a couple of poor decisions, but you know what? He tested. He was unlucky not to score, and yeah, I was very impressed with him. Pedro ran his little socks off. He has lost a yard of pace. What a great finish! What a great finish though, and slightly cut across his man yesterday, which when you lose your pace, you've got to do. Yeah, Pedro, he's got a 9 from me yesterday, same as Barkley did, same as Mount did. But yeah, no, Pedro worked his socks off. Willian, give him an 8. I always think Willian can do more, but yeah, what a goal again! Took it nice and early, and that's what we've not been doing. And the thing about Willian yesterday, again, the amount of times he ran back, his defensive work. This is what people don't recognise about Willian, and I didn't really notice it that much until he was replaced by Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I thought to myself, why have we got so many gaps? And Reece James was really exposed, and in the next game, Willian played there, we didn't have the gaps. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch him defensively, even when he ain't got the ball, and that's what people don't recognise about Willian. And of course, it don't show up on stats, does it? You get these statisticians on Twitter, particularly. Oh, Willian's only scored so many goals in so many years. Oh yeah, he was Player of the Year on a really poor season. All this, yeah, and you can't argue with them. It's there. It's in black and white. But what they don't see is the defensive work that he puts in. So you can't argue with some people, and let's face it, why would you bother? Giroud, yeah, 9 out of 10. Led well, brought the ball down brilliantly, held it up well. A couple of times in the whole game, he's a human being, that he didn't. That he lost the ball cheaply or give the ball away cheaply, but what a good all-round performance, you know. Took his goal well at full stretch, you know, just practically stuck that in with his studs. And it's my criticism, as you know, who watch these, of Tammy Abraham. He doesn't gamble on space, and Giroud did that yesterday, and it paid off. Done it a few times, and it was just a menace all afternoon. And I love Frank Lampard. You know, I'm totally 100% behind Frank Lampard. Always been. Give him next season at least. But it does make you wonder what he sees in training about Giroud. To leave him out for so long. Because I honestly believe, looking back on some of the games, which I did last night, that if Giroud had played up front, we'd have more points on the board. But Frank's learning, young manager, so there you go. Another thing we've got to accept, Lampard will get it wrong sometimes, and it gives them keyboard warriors on Twitter a chance to say, oh, Lampard out. You know, I've compared him with Jose Mourinho when he had Terry, Gallas, Carvalho, Essien, Ballack, Drogba, Terry in the side and Peter Cech in goal. And you know what? Lampard's lost more games. He's lost more games than anyone in the last 150 years. Total rubbish. Their stats, so technically you can't argue with them, but let's face it, you need a check-up from the neck up to compare the two. You really do, don't you? So it brings me to little Billy Gilmour, who I gave 10 out of 10 against Liverpool, and who I gave 10 out of 10 yesterday. Now, yesterday, that little rotter, he gave a pass away. First one in 2 games, he gave a pass away. I was so disappointed. what a performance. Offensively, defensively, picking the ball out, you know, picking the perfect ball out. He's playing like a man with an 18-year-old's body and a 35-year-old's head. What a performance. Now, to be fair, I was saying at the start of the season, give Billy Gilmour a chance. I personally think he's better than Jorginho. You can look back, I'm not saying it here and now after 2 good performances. I've been calling for Billy Gilmour to play there for months. Excellent. Now, we've got the problem. You know, the cabbages are out. He's got to play every game. No, he hasn't. He's 18 years old. And if you notice his physique, he needs to build himself up. Now, because I trust in the manager, the medical staff, and everyone who sees him day in, day out at the club, I'm going to leave it to them to play him when they think he'll be at his most effective. And when he needs a rest, give him a rest. He's playing in the league now where the physicality and the pace is so different to what he's been playing in. You know, it's chalk and cheese. Now, his head can play in that game. He's proved that. And his body, when it's tip-top, can play in that game. But he will need to rest. It might be a lot for some people to take in. But at 18, your physicality is not what it is at 25. Particularly if he gets a knock. So let's have a little bit of faith in Frank Lampard and particularly the medical team to know when he can and when he can't play. That's all I'm saying. He's a young lad. Let's not turn him into the next Messi right here and now. I think he will become one of the best midfield players in the world, if not the best. And I think he'll captain Scotland. I mean, what a player he's going to be for Scotland, as long as he don't get injured, obviously. But yeah, Billy Gilmour, I gave him 10 out of 10. And Lamps, got to have 10 out of 10, ain't they? Got to have 10 out of 10 for picking that side, because we've got so many injuries. People don't realise how many injuries we got. Imagine Jose Mourinho, if he was at our club now, he'd be in front of the camera, wouldn't he? Oh, you know, I've got so many injuries. Frank Lampard just got on with it, picked his side, and what a great job him and Jody are doing of picking the right side. They've had their ups and downs, they're going to have. They're young men, they're learning, same as some of the guys in our team. But yesterday, against Everton, the old ins stepped up to the plate, ignored all the rubbish written about them on Twitter. You can't do anything about age, but quality stays for quite a long while. They got up, they stood up to the plate, and the youngsters all hit it off as well. And with Billy Gilmour in midfield, we are playing the ball forward so much quicker and so much more often that it's got to result in more goals. I feel sorry for Jorginho. He must be looking at that thinking, crikey, I wish I was that good. And that's not a criticism of Jorginho. That's just how good I personally think Billy Gilmour is. So there we go, onwards and upwards against Bayern Munich. Yeah, it's a hard one. Do you go for it, or do you think, right, no, save our best team for the top 4 challenge? I don't know. I trust in Lamps. That's all from today. That is Chelsea 4, Everton 0. Speak to you soon, folks. Up there, Chelsea.